Howdy. Possum Patty and the Soggy Bottom Bunch here. Gnomes, trolls, and fairies back there. Red gnome number 5 up here. Our special Valentine gnome visitors, Vincent and Valentine, with their special balloon. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I bet you that's what happened. I came in here earlier and yeah, the balloon was floating around loose like that. And it must have just slipped off the top of her hat. Yeah, it was on there. And yeah, that came off pretty easily. It came off pretty easily. Unless somebody came in and pulled on the ribbon. Yeah. You think it just slipped off? Or do you think somebody came in was pulling on the ribbon? Now, Mr. Possum, I know it was Mr. Possum. He tied them on there. I don't think he would have slipped it off and let it float. Well, he could have. Could have been Mr. Possum. Yeah, that's just like no one else in the house, is there? No. Oh, well. Just a mystery. Soggy Bottom mystery, yes. We got Flat Stanley back here. And we've got Pixie up here, yes. Yeah, I know. Red Gnome number 5. He's my bookkeeper. He's waving a $5 bill at me. But he's just teasing me. Yes, he is, because he says that's for tomorrow. I have to do journaling today. I have to do journaling tomorrow. And then I get $5 to put in my no spend, yes, save the cash, shop the stash little journal over there that he's taking care of. Okay, we'll do that tomorrow, Red. Oh. Relaxing today. Yes, relaxing day today. Just relaxing. I came in and I had a little bit of a quiet play earlier. Yeah, 3 days of lasagna. Yeah, Mr. Possum and I are stuffed. Yes, we are. We decided just to have, a light supper today, soup and salad and a sandwich. And yeah, I was just cleaning up in the kitchen. And Mr. Possum loves this Lipton extra noodle soup, right? But it's tasty. Yeah, I know it has a lot of salt in it, but it's tasty. You can get the low salt one, I think. Anyway, I'm just going to throw this box away. And I went like, oh, that would make a good journal. I like this size. Yes, I like this size. And so I didn't throw it out. And I'm thinking, I have enough trash already. But gee willikers. I love this. It's just such a handy size. So I'm walking into the room and I'm thinking, ooh, I wonder. Look at this. Yes. Look at that. It is possum perfect for my little love bug car. Yes. Did a little work on this today. I'll show you when I bring you in closer. Added a couple little details. You're going to love it. Suggestions from Mary Beth. Suggestions from Mary Beth. But look at that. I think that's going to be an awesome, fun little journal. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet, but I'm loving it. Yes, I am. I'm loving the little love bug. Yes. Okay, I'll show you this when we come in closer, what I did today. And the other thing that I did today was, well, I did a little painting on here. So I put it down on the floor and I realized, oh, I'm starting to collect things all over the floor again. And so I was putting a few things away. And there was a stack of fabric cloth material on the floor. And I said, well, I can't put that away until I choose which pieces I'm going to put on my vintage sewing journal cover. Yes, vintage sewing journal cover. So I started working on that a little bit. So I want to show you this. And what else? Oh, and I did put a few things away in the drawer. And I found a couple of little projects, little sewing things. I didn't take them all out yet, but I was looking at a couple of them. And some are just going to be awesome in the journal, and a few I actually have to work on. But that's what I wanted to put in here. I wanted to put some vintage sewing ephemera made from old sewing packaging, needles and things like that, rickrack, binding tape, zippers, anything like that. And I wanted to put in some needlework that I found, and I want to put in some needlework that I do, and maybe like pattern pieces and just all different kinds of things. It's going to be a total smash up of sewing stuff. Yes, all kinds of needlework too. So yeah, I'm going to get started on that. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Anything else? Oh, let me do one shout out again today. Yes, going through my list of my very first subscribers and people that I watched way back at the beginning when I really didn't know what I was doing and just starting junk journaling, and made a few friends, and yeah, sort of lost touch with a few of them over the years. Yes. And I found that list when I was organizing the studio, and I'm going through it. And the next one on the list that has a channel, with actual videos on it, who's still making videos, is Kris Wilson. Kris Crafts and More Wilson. Yes. And I bet you that was 4 years ago. Yes, all these names are from years ago, years ago. And I don't think I've watched one of her videos in a long, long time. So I hopped on over to watch her latest video, and she was making adorable cats, die-cut cats. Yes, I think she has a big shot machine. And she made these really cute cats that have a hole in the middle. And she said, she thinks it's like you can put something in the middle, like a pop or something. I don't know. But they were really, really cute. Oh, she was having a problem with her sound, though. Yeah, she did Junk Journal January, which is more than I did. I know, I printed out the list. Oh, I'm going to have to get around to some junk journaling. Yes. Oh, maybe that's what we'll do Friday live. Oh, that could be a Friday live, right? I'll gather up some stuff and we'll do some trashy junk journaling stuff in my junk journal January journal, my junk journal January journal, or one of my other junk journals. Yes. Okay. So Friday, noon, live. Going to do junk journaling and trashy journaling. And junk journals January, which I spread out all year. Yes. Where was I? Oh, so she's having a little bit of a sound problem recording. And I told her, I said, I've had that problem, yes. And the first time I had that problem was because Mr. Possum ordered, I'm not blaming him, but Mr. Possum ordered the wrong size, screen protectors for the phone. And it was a little bit the wrong shape. And somehow it was interfering with the sound. Yes, it must have been covering up something that the sound was going into, because as soon as we took it off, it worked fine. And we got a new screen protector that was the correct size and had no problem. But the other day, and I think this has happened to me twice, when I put the phone up on this thing, I have to get it in the right spot, I think, because I think one day it wasn't in the right spot. And again, I think it was covering something up. And whatever it was covering up prevented the sound from recording really well. It went low, it went high, it went low, and went high. It just bad quality, yes. And so I told her I had those problems too. So hopefully she can get her sound working. And I don't know if you've ever had that problem if you make videos. Yes, but I've had that problem. Yes, I have. Okay. So, yeah, I think I'm done yakking for right now. I did all my business. Kris Crafts and More Wilson. I'll link her channel below. Hopefully she'll get her sound going. And yeah, money we can't do. No, we can't do money, but I'm just going to sit here and work on piecing this fabric. I know I have some journaling to do, but right now, Howard is sitting under a pile of fabric material cloth. Yes. So I want to get this going, this bit going, so I can put some of this fabric away. And that's my plan. Yeah, that's my plan. So grab a warm beverage or a cool beverage. Right now I just have some water. Later on I might have a cup of tea. Right now I've got fabric everywhere, so I don't want to bring in some tea. And maybe you're just relaxing or working on a project. I really appreciate your company, so come on along. Okay, show and tell first. Here's my Lipton soup box. And it is just about, where's my ruler? I do have a ruler somewhere. Oh, here it is. 4 3/4 inches wide. And a little bit more than that tall, just a little bit more. It's a little taller than wide. To me, it had looked square. It's almost square. But when I put the car on it, it's like, oh, I love that. I love that. Of course, I'm going to cover it up, make it all fancy, reinforce the spine, put a signature in there. 2 little signatures maybe. That'll be fun. And here's what I did. Now, Mary Beth suggested painting those tires black. I did that. I think that looks good. And she said paint the mirrors silver. And I did that. And I was like, ooh, what if I put some shiny sequins on those mirrors? You know, make them look like they're metal. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that. I love that. Love my love bug. So I'll be working on that. And right now I'm working on the outside of the cover. I already pieced together some things for the inside. Where's the, oh, here it is. Okay. So the foundation for the cover is going to be this bubble wrap envelope from Amazon. I love these because they're crinkly. I was thinking about using one that was a little larger, but then I had a thought. Yes, I did. I had a thought that I would make it the size of, you know, a package of sewing patterns. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This is perfect. I don't have to go smaller. I don't have to go larger. It's the same exact size. All I did was fold it in half. Yes, fold it in half, and there we go. Easy peasy. I love that idea. So that went well. Then I cut, threads everywhere, 2 pieces of cotton batting. Threads everywhere. 2 pieces of cotton batting, one for the inside and one for the outside. Yeah, so I didn't have to cut that. Well, I had cut it open, you know, when I got the package. So all I had to do to make a cover was fold the envelope in half. And it was the perfect size. It wasn't perfectly square. As you can see, it's a little bit off. I trimmed it a little bit. I trimmed it a little bit over here. Not much. I don't know if I'll trim it anymore. It was just off a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, so I've got the envelope. I've got cotton batting. This is for the outside. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. But not right now. And this is the inside. And this is the cotton batting for the inside. And I started with these 2 pieces of fabric. I love this one. I'm adding just this little touch of red and rose on the outside and the inside. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue stick to tack it down. So I have all the pieces on there ready to be sewn. And I'll put it in a baggie with the supplies that I'm going to use, different embroidery threads and some needles, and have it ready to, you know, just grab and work on when I get a chance. So I put one kind of fabric in the front. This is going to be the front with the red roses. And the glue stick is also my cheat, so I don't have to iron the fabric. Yeah. Kind of just put a little glue stick on there and press it down and the wrinkles come out. And this lovely blue, kind of a silvery blue. I love this. I'll put a little bit of this back here. This will be the inside of the back. Inside of the back. Now this is the cover, and it is going to fold down a little bit over the edge, so I'm not worried about the edges, because I think I cut this with 1 inch to fold over like that. And then where the spine is going to be, I chose this lovely blue fabric. It's got a touch of violet on it. Now I'm going to be sewing this right to the cotton batting. And I'm going to do the same to the front. And then I'm going to sew all 3 pieces together, meaning the bubble wrap, the inside, and the outside. I think I want to move this up a little bit. Nothing has to be straight. Nothing has to be perfect. You don't have to turn over the edges. You can leave all these little dangly threads here, or you can pull them. I like to pull them because I like a bit of a frayed look at the edge. Okie dokie. This is why I have threads everywhere. Then I decided that, sticking to this, I want to put pockets, because this is going to be a soft cover, and I'm going to be sewing in here once it's all together. So I might want to put a few things in the front and the back pocket. And I had a little piece of this with the blue rose on it. And I thought, well, I'm going to make a pocket on the back with the blue rose. And I'm not going to glue that down, no, because that'll get sewn on after these 3 pieces are sewn on. So let me just grab a clip. I could put a pin, but so I don't poke myself, I'm going to put a clip, because I'll take this off and do all this sewing, and then I'll put that on there. And I found this gorgeous, gorgeous hanky. Look at the blues on here. Blue roses. Isn't that gorgeous? And I want it to be about the same size as that pocket there. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And it doesn't matter about the middle, because I'll stitch it here and here and here and here. This overflows in the middle. It doesn't matter. I mean, I could cut it off. I could just leave it there. All right, now here's the question. I like this blue binding on the edge, but you're not going to see that because this is going to fold over. But you'll see it across the top. So do I want to move this over a little bit so I get a little bit more of this flower in there? Like that. I think I'm going to do that. I hate to cut this, but I'll give that to Pixie for now. All right, I'm just going to clip this. Okay, so this is the plan for the inside. Stitch these 3 pieces on. I might do a variety of stitching. I think I almost want to hand stitch it. I mean, I could take it over to the machine and be done. But I'm thinking about taking some embroidery floss and just doing a variety of stitches all around on these, and then sewing the pockets. And yeah, that's the inside. That's the inside, ready to be stitched. Now this is the outside of the cover. And this is a little larger than the batting, because it's going to get folded over to the inside like that. Okay. I should. All right, this is the wrong side. Now, This was a bit musty. Yes, it was a bit musty and dusty. Probably just the way it was stored. So I did wash it by hand and pop it into the dryer for just a minute. And so it's a little bit wrinkled, but that's okay. It's just the base that I'm going to stitch those other things onto. And this is the inside. So I'm thinking that I want to put this in here because I want to stitch through it when I sew those bits to the outside. Okay, now I'm just eyeballing it to tack it down. It's a little crooked at the top, doesn't it? That's okay. So now I know to get my design where the cotton batting is, because this is the piece that's going to fold over. I don't know, this may be helpful. This may be helpful. I was going to use the same fabric on the spine that I used on the inside. And I believe this is the same size as that piece there. Awesome, awesome. I can feel where the batting is, so it's going to go there. So where is the middle? So I need to fold it. Now I love this here by RJR Fashion Fabrics, copyright 1998. And I don't want to cover that up. Okay, so I want that about like that, I think. Might be a little more in the back because I want that there. And then with the layers of cotton batting and bubble wrap and fabric, this turns out so soft and yummy. Yes, I've done several journals like this before. All right, so there's our start. I can keep it folded just to work on the front, then I get a better idea, right? So this will be under like that. And this will be in there like that. And this will be, it's hard to fold the last one like that. Or maybe I can clip it, right? I just want an idea of what the front cover is going to look like once I turn over the edges. So that's my size. It's going to be a little bit larger because this is going to go around the bubble wrap. It might come out just a little bit more, but that's okay. Now, do I want any of the fabric to go around to the other side? There's the mourning dove singing her song, or not. We will decide that. Yes, we will. Now, I want to put a piece of this because I love this with the gold accents here. But I don't want all of this. I was thinking of doing like a crazy quilt style, but the pieces might be all square and rectangle. I'm not sure yet. See, I think I want a little of this blue showing. I should keep these little pieces so I can put them in my little scrap bag. Yeah, so when I'm looking for scraps to work inside the journal, I'll have these. And I wanted to put some of this on here, pink lilacs. This has got a pinking sheer edge on it. All right, so let's tack this down for the moment. I want to see a little of that. And I want to see a little of that. Now, do I want that to go around to the inside? I think I'm gonna, but I had an idea of covering it with this, so it doesn't matter. So I can just get rid of this bit here. I'm going to put this over here. I don't want it to be exactly even with this one, though, I don't think. Now, you might have noticed this on the table, but there's this tablecloth that I bought at the flea market. Or some more fabric. All right, put that there for now. Extra fabric. I need some pieces for the back. Oh, I could use that on the back. Okay. When I say back, I meant here, which I haven't done yet. Okay, we're working on the front right now. Now, I was thinking of just putting like a little piece like this. Then I was thinking of adding it all the way across like that. But I want that whole thing on there, so that's got to go about there. And that covers up a lot of my business. So I don't know if I want to put all that on there, but it would look like that. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. I kind of love that. I kind of love that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and it's got a big one in the middle. Not gorgeous? This might be in something else. This can be a journal by itself, the middle of the tablecloth. So this is going to go here, and I have it bend around to the back. How am I going to cut this? I probably need a T-square to do this right. I don't have a T-square. So I'll just cut it a little larger and I can trim it down. How's that? Ah, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Ooh, fabric in the middle. I don't even remember what I paid for this at the flea market. It's probably in a video. When I first picked this out, it seemed to me like it was machine stitched and not hand stitched. So I didn't pay a lot for it at the flea market, but I do love it. Oh, this will go around. So this is going to be the front cover. There will be a lot of stitching on here and maybe a few more accent points, maybe some buttons or a little applique, something added, maybe something down here. But this is going to be the base for the front. And now I just need a few pieces for the back, and then I can put this stack of fabric away. Now, do I want to put some of this on the back? Well, now, I still have a few more decisions to make. Do I want to use the embroidery from the tablecloth, or I also pulled out this giant doily thing that I got at the flea market, yes. And I could put something like this on the back. Make it a little different. It looks really, really nice on the blue. Look at that. Well, I'm going to have to sleep on it, yes. I'm going to have to come back tomorrow and look at it with fresh eyes. Yes, fresh eyes. So you all have to come back now, you hear. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. I'm going to take a break from my sewing to find out what's going on over in cat country. It took a long time and a lot of talk and a lot more patience to sort it all out. But in the end, Thumper Cat got 50 cats who knew what to do to stand in 50 different places. Then he got the other cats to choose which team to join. Of course, they ended up with some teams of 160 cats, some with 70, and some with only 6, but it was fair. Everyone had chosen. Lone Cat chose no one. "You can take the tea round," said Thumper Cat in the end. "Okay?" "Okay by me," said Lone Cat, and sloped off to investigate the tea urns and supplies. Very slowly, the cats learned what to do. Very slowly, the machines in the factories began to turn again. Very slowly, the goods began to come out of the factories. The driver cats soon had the lorries on the road, and the goods began to circulate. Money for goods went into the town pool, and every cat had a say in everything. Every week they had a meeting. "Complaints, please," bawled Thumper Cat, and Secretary Cat wrote them all down. There were a lot of complaints, hundreds in fact, but they all got listened to. "Suggestions," bawled Thumper Cat. There were quite a lot of suggestions, and Secretary Cat wrote them all down. "Ideas," bawled Thumper Cat. There were a few, and Secretary Cat wrote them all down. Then one cat from every team met together and thrashed out all the complaints and the suggestions and the ideas. They even listened to Scruff Cat, or at least they added his complaints, suggestions, and ideas to the list. Every factory in the town sorted itself out in the end, and the gas works, and the power station, and the building yards, and the water works, and sewage works, and the road works, and the rubbish tips. At last, everything was in working order, and the complaints list was shorter than the suggestions list. That was a start. Factory Cat was pleased. All the factory cats were pleased. Scruff Cat could hardly contain his delight, and he worked like a maniac. At last he mattered. It was their work which brought in the money because they were making the things that people needed.